Hello guys, in this lesson we are going to discuss about transformer testings. So before going to start with the transformer testing, let me brief you about transformer. This is an electrical device that transforms energy from one part of a circuit to another without changing its frequency and power. And this is an electrical machine that has maximum efficiency, as because there is no rotating part in it. So we will be mostly focusing on different types of transformer testings in this lesson, and there are mainly two types of testings. On some testings are done in factories and some are on the field. So let me start with field testings. There are basically four types of testings that are done on field, that is polarity and ratio testing, magnetic balance testing, magnetic current testings, and vector group testing. So I will start with polarity and ratio testing. So first of all, what is polarity testing and why this is so important for a transformer to test? Because whenever you are in need of connecting a transformer to another transformer, then you have to identify the correct polarity of the transformer. Suppose there is a transformer and load is increased, so you have to connect another transformer with it in parallel. Then what you have to do, you have to connect these two transformers in parallel in such a way that in output current doesn't circulate in a short circuit way. Like this is primary side and this is secondary side, and for this transformer also, this is primary side and this is secondary side. So you have to connect these two sides in parallel, like this way. Let's say this is plus and this is minus. Suppose, and this is plus, this is minus. What will happen if we connect these two terminals? And before that, I don't know which terminal is plus and which terminal is minus. That's why I have to do the testing of the polarity test. Okay, let's go to the next slide and I will explain you this. So correct way of finding the correct polarity is, suppose this is a transformer. These two is the primary side terminals and these two is the secondary terminal. So what you have to do, you have to connect a external supply to the primary side, and you have to add a voltmeter in parallel with the input terminals, and another voltmeter directly to the secondary side, and you will need another voltmeter that will be connected between primary and the secondary. And now you have to note down these 3 voltmeters reading. And with these readings, you can find out which terminal is plus and which terminal is minus. So let's say this voltmeter reading, in this example, let's say this voltmeter reading is giving you a voltage that is summation of VA and VB. If this happens, then you can understand that this terminal is minus and this is plus. And if this voltmeter reads a value that is VA minus VB, then you have to understand this terminal is plus and this is minus. So how do you know that this terminal is minus, this terminal is plus? Because of the value showing in VC. So you can compare this circuit with a pencil battery circuit. When we connect two pencil batteries, what we do, we connect plus and another battery is minus in series. Same here. So if this terminal is plus, then it has to be minus if the voltage is showing here VA plus VB. That's how we identify the terminals. Now let's say if you by mistake, if you connect like this, what will happen? You have two transformer here, and without testing the polarity, you have connected the transformer, two transformers, and suppose this is minus, this is plus, this is plus, this is minus. What will happen? Current will come through this here, and it will create a short circuit here, and this current will be huge. That will eventually damage your transformer. Okay, this is the process for the polarity test. Now we'll go for ratio test. First of all, why this test is done? Ratio test is done to see if it is giving proper output voltage as per manufacturer specification. Whenever a company manufacture a transformer, they give you a specification of the transformer or the trans ratio. What is the input voltage and what is the output voltage, and that depends on the trans ratio. So you have to check if the trans ratio is proper or not as per manufacturer specification. Now, what is the process to cross check the trans ratio? Here, what you have to do, we have done a practical testings, and this is the data for the testings, and we will explain you depending on the data. So we took a transformer that's rating was 2.5 MVA, 11 kV input and 400 voltage output. Primary side, this is primary side, this is the transformer, this is primary side, and this is secondary side. Primary side current rating is 144.3 ampere, and secondary side is 3608 ampere. So what is the process to identify that now? I'll explain this now. First, we have to apply. First, you have to decide the tap changers. In our case, we selected the tap position 2. So we'll going to explain you this rating. First, you have to give supply, 3-phase supply in primary side. So this is 1U as it is primary side, 1U, 1V, 1W, and this is 2U, 2V, 2W. So we have given 3-phase supply to the primary side, 1U, 1V and 1W. Now correspondingly we have to check what is the voltage across secondary side. So let's say 1U and 1V we have given here 419 volt, and 2U, 2V we are getting 15.36 volt in these two terminals, 15.36 volt. So to find out the trans ratio, it is the easiest job. You have to just divide this voltage by this voltage and you will get the trans ratio. You can get the trans ratios by setting the other tap changing positions also, +3, +1, 0, -1. Okay, now we'll go for another one testing, that is magnetic balance testing. Why this testing is done? This testing is done basically to check if the flux distribution among the core is equal. Now magnetic balance testing. Why this test is so important? This test is done to check if the distribution of flux distributions throughout all three cores of the transformer is uniform or not. Means there is let's say there is a 3-phase transformer. This is the 3 core, and this is the primary winding for the 1 phase. This is the secondary, and this is the third. These are secondary terminals. And this test is done if the flux distribution is in all 3 these cores is uniform or not. And how will you do that? Let's go for the next slide. This is the test process. Suppose this is the transformer, this is the primary side R, Y and B, and this is the secondary side. So we have to do in 3 steps. In first phase, let's give the B phase off. This phase off. We'll just give R and Y supply. We give the supply and measured, that was 419 volt. and similarly connection will be the same. We will just check what is the voltage is coming in Y and B. We found 309, and B and R we found 109. And if you can see here, these two voltage is the summation of these two voltage. If that happens, then you have to understand the core balance. Flux distribution is uniform. In second case, we keep the R phase off, this phase off. We only give supply Y and B, and that was we measured voltage 417, and we measured voltage in other two phases. RY, we gave voltage YB, and measure RY and RB. That was 201 and 212. And if you can see, almost these two voltage is, if you add these two voltage, you will get almost this voltage. And in that third case also, we will keep the Y phase off and measure and we give supply to R and B 416 voltage, and measure the other two phases. In three cases, you will notice that in first case, when we keep the B phase off, then most of the voltage we found in YB, and some portion of the voltage, 10 to 30% voltage, we found in BR. In third cases, we found most of the voltage in the opposite scenario, exact the opposite. But in case of R phase, the second scenario, we found we gave YB 417 voltage, but we found 50% in other two phases, 201 and 212. But whatever it is, you have to understand, if you are getting the main applied voltage adding other two voltages, then you have to understand the voltage flux distribution in all the three cores is uniform. That's the process. Now we will go for magnetic current testing. This test is also very important to see if there is any failure in turns, insulations, tap changes, or to see any defects in the magnetic core. What is the process? This is the same process. Let's say this is 1U, 1V and 1W in primary side, and this is secondary side, 2U, 2V, 2W. In this case, you have to just bother about HT side. We will give 1U, 1V and 1W, 3-phase supply. We will give here 3-phase supply, and using a multimeter, a clamp meter, we will just check here what is the current flowing through this. Same in all three terminals, and this current should be almost same, 12.87, 9. Here in our case, this current was a bit higher as our applied voltage in 1U and 1V was a bit higher. But basically you will have values that are almost equal to each other, and if you are getting these values, equal values, then you have to understand that your magnetic current distribution is okay. Now is vector group testing. This is also a very important testing, because that's define the phase difference between the primary and the secondary side. And in case of transformer, phase difference is very important, because it defines many things: output cable size and power factor, everything. But there are various types of vector group like DYN, DYN11, DYN5, and in every types of transformer vector grouping there are different conditions to match for testing. Like DYN, there are conditions 1, conditions 2, conditions 3. So you can see here, and DYN11 is there are some other conditions. But in our case, our transformer was DYN5, and we will only explain the DYN5 with the conditions. But you can do this type of transformer also the same process. You just have to note down the conditions here. Now I will going to explain you DYN5 transformer testing. So this is the transformer, and for DYN5 type transformer, conditions is here. First of all, let me give you the identifications number. This is the primary side, so this is 1U, 1V, 1W, 2U, 2V, 2W. So in condition 1, so what we'll do, first of all we will apply some voltage in input side. Apply voltage 419 voltage we gave here, so 415 volt, and we have to make these two terminals short, 1U and 2U. Here you can see the 1U and 2U. And from the first case we told you that we have taken the tap changing position 2. So you just have to sort these two terminals, 1U and 2U. Then the conditions is you have to measure the voltage 1V and 2V. This is 1V and this is 2V, and 1V and 2W. This is W. So you have to, in first conditions, voltage between these two terminals and these two terminals should be the same. 1V and 2V equal to 1V and 2W. Means voltage between these two terminals and voltage between these two terminals should be the same in condition 1. And in conditions 2, voltage between these two terminals and voltage between these two terminals should be the same. 1W, 2W, 1W, 2W and 1W, 2V. Voltage between these two terminals and voltage between these two terminals should, it is greater than voltage between 1W, 2W should be the greater than voltage between 1W, 2V. Here, sorry, you can see here. If these two terminals matches, then you can if these two conditions matches, then you can understand that your vector grouping is fine. Now there are some other testing that is done on factories, like LV winding testing, winding resistance testing in LV side and HV side, insulation resistance testings, oil breakdown voltage testing, and water content present in insulation oil. We will start with LV winding resistance testing. As you can understand from the name, that this testing is done to check the resistance of the winding in LV side. And for the winding resistance testing, you need a device by which you can give the transformer primary side a 10 ampere constant supply. Suppose this is the device by which you will give the 10 ampere constant supply to the primary side, and to give the 10 ampere supply, whatever voltage you are applying, suppose X, so X by 10 equal to the resistance. Suppose this is the 2U, 2V, two phase, and this is for this. So this is the simple process, just applied voltage and the applied current. So you will get the resistance. This is the simplest process, and for HV side also process is the same. You just go through the data and you can have your test by yourself. Insulation resistance testing. This is also a very important testing. You can do this testing in field also. You just need a Megger for 5000 volt in LV side transformer to earth, and HV side transformer to earth, and HV to LV side, and you have just done Megger, and you will, for different, suppose in first case for 60 seconds, and in second case higher than 60 seconds, and you will get the values. And around these, if you get these values around these, then your insulation is okay. These values should not be below the 30 or 20. Oil breakdown voltage is also a very important test, and you can't do the test in field because you need a special device in which oil from the transformer is taken as a sample and placed it in a cathode and anode between keeping it in a 2 mm gap, and you have to apply the voltage. For standard, it should be the 35 kilovolt at which the oil should be flushing. Below 35 kilovolt, there should not be any flushing in the oil. If it is, then the oil is you need to change. This test is done basically to check the voltage withstand capacity of the oil, insulation oil. Water content testing. This test is also a test that is done in factories or sometimes in some special purpose in field also. This is done to check how much quantity of the oil, water molecule or water particle is present in the transformer insulation or transformer oil. This is basically measured in ppm, and this value should be below or less than 35 ppm.